Welcome back. We are at the final lesson of Domain 5, the final lesson of the program management series. The control that costs the least to deploy and pays the highest dividend over time, the human being. Objective 5.6, Security Awareness Practices. Picture this. Mid-cap SaaS company, 2,000 employees. They run their first phishing simulation in years. The CEO signs off, the campaign goes out on a Wednesday morning, and the security team gathers around a dashboard at noon to watch the click rate. 41%. Two-thirds of finance clicked. Three-quarters of legal clicked. The CEO clicked. The phishing email pretended to be from the HR team about a delayed bonus. It hit a nerve. The CEO walks into the security team's room at 1 in the afternoon and asks one question. How is 41% even possible? The security lead has the answer ready. Quote, because we have not done this in 3 years and people are out of practice. Quote, the next campaign 3 months later, click rate 12%. The campaign after that, 8%. The CEO's click went down to 0. That is what a security awareness program does, not because the people got smarter overnight, but because somebody finally measured them and gave them feedback. Today we talk about how that program works. Phishing simulations first because they are the most measurable training mechanism. The components. Campaign, a planned series of simulated phishing emails sent to employees. Click rate, percentage of employees who click the malicious link. Key effectiveness metric. Lower is better. Training trigger. Employees who click immediately receive targeted awareness training. The teachable moment. Reporting mechanism. Employees can report suspicious emails through a report phishing button or an abuse mailbox. Baseline assessment. Initial campaign before any training to measure starting click rate. Trend analysis, track click rate improvement over time across training cycles. The clicking and reporting metrics together tell the story. A program is working when the click rate is going down and the report rate is going up. Both have to move. If only one moves, you have a measurement problem. And one nuance most candidates miss. Phishing simulations create teachable moments. Employees who click receive immediate targeted training, not punishment. The first instinct of a frustrated manager is to discipline the click. That instinct is wrong. Punishing the click destroys reporting culture. Employees who fear punishment will hide clicks instead of reporting them. The training is the consequence. The data point is the value. Repeat offenders, employees who click multiple simulations, get coaching, additional sessions, sometimes a one-on-one with security. Not termination, the exam expects you to know the right answer is training, not discipline. Phishing indicators employees should recognize, 7 of them. Suspicious sender, display name does not match email domain, lookalike domain, like paypa1.com versus paypal.com. Urgency or pressure. Quote, your account will be closed in 24 hours, unquote. Creates panic to bypass critical thinking. Mismatched URLs. Hover shows different destination than display text. URL shorteners hiding the real destination. Poor grammar or spelling, though AI has reduced this indicator dramatically. Unexpected attachments. Unsolicited attachments, especially executable zip and macro-enabled documents. Requests for credentials. Legitimate organizations almost never ask for passwords via email. Generic greetings, quote, dear customer, unquote, instead of your name suggests bulk phishing. Train employees to look for any one of these and to report rather than click. The single most valuable habit is hover before click on every link in every email. Anomalous behavior recognition. 3 categories the exam expects you to distinguish. Risky behavior, actions that knowingly or unknowingly create security risk. Connecting to public Wi-Fi without VPN. Plugging in an unknown USB drive. Working around security controls because they are inconvenient. Unexpected behavior, unusual activity that may indicate compromise or malicious intent. Accessing systems at 3 in the morning. Bulk downloading data. Accessing files outside the user's department. Unintentional behavior, mistakes made without malicious intent. Sending email to the wrong recipient. Disposing of documents without shredding. Misconfiguring a shared folder so it is publicly accessible. The exam will hand you a scenario. Quote, the engineer downloads 10 gigabytes of customer data the day before submitting a resignation, unquote. That is unexpected behavior. The bulk download with the timing is the anomaly. A scenario about a clerk accidentally sending the patient list to the wrong fax number is unintentional behavior. Different categories, different responses, insider threat indicators. Train employees to recognize warning signs in colleagues. 6 common ones. Attempting to access resources outside of job scope, expressing grievances about the organization or management, taking work home on unauthorized media, attempting to bypass security controls, downloading excessive amounts of data before a resignation, accessing systems after a termination notice. None of these are conclusive on their own. Several together is a pattern. The training goal is not to make every employee paranoid about every coworker. The goal is to make sure when somebody does see a pattern, they know how to report it without being afraid of retaliation. Anonymous reporting hotlines exist for exactly this reason. Now the training topics. 9 of them on the exam. Policy and handbooks. Employees must read, understand, and acknowledge the AUP and security policies. Annual re-acknowledgement. Situational awareness. Recognize social engineering attempts. Maintain physical security. Do not let strangers tailgate through doors. Insider threat. Warning signs in colleagues. How to report concerns, consequences. Password management. Use a password manager. Enable MFA everywhere. Do not reuse passwords. Do not share credentials. Removable media. Never plug in unknown USB drives because of USB drop attacks. Use only approved encrypted media. Social engineering. Recognize pretexting, vishing, smishing, impersonation, quid pro quo. Operational security, OPSEC. Do not discuss sensitive work on social media. Be careful what you post publicly. Watch for shoulder surfing. Hybrid and remote work. VPN on home and public networks. Lock screen when stepping away. Prevent shoulder surfing. Secure the home router. Removable cables. Be cautious of malicious USB cables and juice jacking when charging in public. Use a USB data blocker or an AC charger. USB drop attacks deserve a call out. The classic test. The pen tester drops a few branded USB drives in the company parking lot, maybe a few in the lobby, maybe one near the cafeteria, then sits back and watches who plugs them in. The numbers are depressing. Studies have repeatedly shown plug-in rates north of 50% for unbranded drives, higher when the drive is labeled, quote, salaries, unquote, or, quote, HR confidential, unquote. The training answer is simple. Never plug in a USB you did not buy yourself. Hand it to security if you find one. Train this. Repeat the training, then drop a few drives and see if the message stuck. Social engineering attack types. 8 of them. Pretexting. Creating a fabricated scenario to manipulate the victim. Quote, I am from IT, I need your password, unquote. Vishing, voice phishing, social engineering via phone call. Smishing, SMS phishing, malicious links sent by text message. Spear phishing, targeted phishing aimed at a specific individual. Whaling, spear phishing targeting executives, high-value targets. Impersonation, posing as a trusted person or authority figure. Quid pro quo, offering something, like fake tech support in exchange for credentials. Tailgating, also called piggybacking, following an authorized person through a secure door without badging in. Each of these has distinct exam phrasing. Vishing equals phone. Smishing equals text. Whaling equals executive. Tailgating equals physical. Memorize the keyword for each. Now rank the training delivery methods by effectiveness because the exam likes to compare them. Number 1. Phishing simulations with immediate feedback. Highest measurable behavior change. The click teaches more than any video. Number 2. Role-specific training. The privileged user training, the developer security training, the executive whaling awareness. Targets the actual risk surface for each role. Number 3. Interactive online modules with knowledge checks. Better than passive video. Number 4. Short video plus quiz. The standard LMS annual training format. Better than nothing. Number 5. Posters and newsletters. Reinforcement only. Do not rely on these as primary delivery. The reason simulations top the list is the same reason fire drills work better than lectures. The behavior gets practiced under pressure. Training program life cycle. 7 phases. Needs assessment. Identify what behaviors and risks the program must address. Analyze incident data, phishing results, audit findings, audience analysis, tailor content for different roles. Executives need different training than IT staff need different training than the general workforce. Content development, create engaging, role-specific content, real-world scenarios, delivery method selection, LMS, video, live training, simulations, posters, newsletters. Execution, assign training in the LMS, track completion, send reminders. Measurement, track phishing, click rates, quiz scores, incident report rates, policy violations. Review and improvement, analyze metrics, update content based on new threats, refresh annually. Training is not an event, it is a cycle. Training frequency, 5 flavors. Initial or onboarding training, before or immediately upon starting employment, before systems access. Annual training, minimum yearly requirement for most compliance frameworks. Quarterly training, recommended for high-risk roles or organizations with elevated threat levels. Event-triggered training, after a security incident, policy violation, or clicking a phishing simulation. Role-specific training, additional training for privileged users, IT staff, executives, and HR. The exam will ask which frequency is the minimum standard. Annual. Quarterly is the recommended for high-risk environments. Event-triggered is what happens after somebody clicks the simulation. Different cadences for different purposes. Measuring program effectiveness. 7 metrics. Phishing click rate, lower is better. Phishing report rate, higher is better. Training completion rate should be near 100%, or you have an enforcement problem. Quiz and assessment scores, measure knowledge retention. Repeat offender rate, employees who click multiple simulations get targeted for additional coaching, not punishment. Incident reporting rate, how often employees report suspicious activity. An increase indicates improved culture. Policy violation rate, number of detected policy violations over time. The metric the CISO presents to the board is usually the trend in click rate over the last 12 months. Down and to the right is good. Flat or up means the program needs work. Reporting and monitoring mechanisms, the plumbing that makes the rest work. Abuse mailbox, a dedicated email address like security@company.com or phish@company.com for reporting suspected phishing. Report phishing button, an email client add-in for Outlook or Gmail that sends the suspicious email to the security team with full headers preserved. Anonymous reporting hotline, for reporting suspicious colleague behavior without retaliation fear. SIEM integration, phishing reports and simulation click data feed into the SIEM for trend analysis and correlation with other signals. Without these mechanisms, employee awareness is a feeling. With them, it is a measurable input to the security program. One more topic, the exam tests. Hybrid and remote work specifics. The home office is now a permanent attack surface for most enterprises. Training topics that matter. Always use VPN when on home or public networks. Lock screen when stepping away, even at home because family members and visitors are not cleared for the customer data on your laptop. Prevent shoulder surfing. At the coffee shop, on the airplane, in a co-working space. Secure the home router. Change the default credentials, enable WPA3, keep the firmware updated, use a privacy screen on the laptop, and do not work on confidential material in public spaces where strangers can read your screen. The pandemic era remote workforce did not get this training. The post-pandemic workforce has it baked in. The exam will test it. One more piece, the role of awareness in compliance. Most regulatory frameworks require security awareness training as a control. PCI DSS, Requirement 12 mandates a formal security awareness program. HIPAA security rule requires periodic training for workforce members. FISMA requires annual training for federal employees and contractors. ISO 27001 calls out awareness as a clause. If the awareness program is missing or incomplete, you fail the audit before the technical controls even get reviewed. Awareness is not optional. It is a baseline regulatory expectation. And on culture, because awareness is ultimately a culture problem, not a content problem, the best phishing training in the world does not work if employees feel they cannot report mistakes without consequence. The best policy in the world does not work if leadership does not visibly follow it. The best simulation program in the world does not work if the CEO makes a joke about clicking the bait email. Culture is set at the top. The CEO reporting their own click as a teaching moment is worth more than 10,000 training videos. The CEO ridiculing security training is worth more than every phishing tool the company can buy. Anyone who has run an awareness program knows the lesson. Leadership behavior is the program's ceiling. One last exam point: the report phishing button versus the abuse mailbox. Both are reporting mechanisms. The report phishing button is preferred because it preserves the full email headers and forwards the original message to security automatically. No copy-paste errors, no lost metadata. The abuse mailbox is the fallback for users who did not get the button installed, or for users on email clients that do not support it. Both work. The button is faster and more accurate. The mailbox is the universal backup. The exam will ask you to identify both as valid reporting mechanisms. Quick recap as a checklist. 1. Phishing simulations create teachable moments. Click triggers immediate training, not punishment. 2. Risky behavior is acting unsafely. Unexpected behavior is unusual access patterns. Unintentional behavior is accidental mistakes. 3. Report phishing button and abuse mailbox are the two reporting mechanisms. 4. Vishing equals phone. Smishing equals text. Whaling equals executive target. Tailgating equals physical. 5. OPSEC training teaches social media hygiene and shoulder surfing awareness. 6. USB drop attacks rely on human curiosity. Train employees never to plug in found drives. 7. Annual training is the minimum compliance standard. Quarterly is recommended for high-risk environments. 8. Click rate trending down and report rate trending up are the two metrics that prove the program works. 9. Repeat offenders get coaching, not punishment. 10. Hybrid and remote training covers VPN, screen lock, shoulder surfing, home router. 11. Phishing simulations rank as the most effective delivery method. Posters rank as reinforcement only. 12. 8 social engineering attack types. Pretexting, vishing, smishing, spear phishing, whaling impersonation, quid pro quo, tailgating. 13. Anonymous reporting hotline exists so employees can report without fear of retaliation. That is Objective 5.6. That is Domain 5. That is the Program Management Series. Governance, risk management, third-party risk, compliance, audits, and awareness. 6 objectives. 6 layers of the program a security professional has to understand to pass the exam and to actually run the discipline in the real world. The technical controls in the earlier domains protect the data. The program management discipline in Domain 5 proves you are protecting it on purpose. Good luck on the test. Go pass it. See you on the other side.